This show is presented by On It. The Church of What's Happening Now is brought to you by Helix Sleep. Go to helixsleep.com, answer a few simple questions, and you can build a custom mattress online that will cost you hundreds instead of thousands. And the best part is when you go to helixsleep.com/Joey right now, you're going to get $50 off of your order. That's helixsleep.com/Joey to get $50 off of your order. This show is also brought to you by Blue Apron. Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals for free. That's right, you get 3 meals for free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/Joey. My dad's signing up this week. He's going to love it. I love it. Go to blueapron.com/Joey to get your first 3 meals for free with free shipping.
Oh shit. Kick this mule, Lee. Are you fucking kidding me? This is as American as it gets. The Church of What's Happened Now. Fuck Trump, fuck Hillary, fuck Bernie Sanders, fuck them all. Here we go. Are you kidding me? Oh shit. Wednesday, the 22nd of February, the day the devil was buried at sea. Let's do this shit. Kevin Couch, my
what
nephew,
up, Joey?
Syatt. Here we go. We're an American band. I love this. We're coming to your town. We'll help you party in town. We're an American band. We'll come into your town and we'll help you party down. Who's better than that?
Nobody.
But they didn't say the magic word. Nobody said nothing about sucking my dick if they came to town. That's the magic word.
You're not sucking my dick while you're in my town.
Why are you in my town? You know what I'm saying? She can't cook. I don't want to hear.
Yeah, it should be like in the package they give you at the Chamber of Commerce.
That's it.
It's like where you are. There's Joey. Get to it.
What's happening, Kevin?
What's going on, Joey?
God, googly.
Dude, it is so good to see you, man.
Googly, it's great to see you.
I'm so glad that I saw you at the grocery store at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Walking around stone like a fucking zombie.
Yeah, on a Sunday before church.
I looked at you. I said, Jesus Christ.
What were you doing at the Ralph's at 6 in the morning?
I was going to church. I figured I'd stop in Ralph's and get like a banana or something. Kill time for my wife. I don't know what the fuck I was doing in there.
I just thinking about him the day before, too, and then I go like, that dude looks like Joey. And I was like, oh, wait, I'm in Los Angeles. That probably is Joey. And then sure enough, it was.
No.
True story, I have found a little bag of cocaine in line at that Ralph's.
Right there in Sherman Oaks?
Right there at Sherman Oaks at Coldwater.
How much
and
coke was in there?
It was just like it was a tiny bit, but I was just like I thought it, no man, I thought it was one of those.
Bullshit me! I know you.
It's Los Angeles. I thought it was on like a punk show or something. So I did the thing, and I was like, I gave it to the Ralph's chick, and she took it. But there was cocaine in the Ralph's line. That's not something that happens in Brookville, Indiana.
If it would have been a gram, you would have taken it.
I would. I probably made some money. I paid for my groceries.
Big fucking coke rock. You put that in your pocket. And just walk out of the house. I'll be back.
No, I'd pass that off instead of like a buck. I don't.
You don't dabble?
No, man, I don't mess with that.
You ever dabble?
No, not really.
Never?
No.
Good fucking line of horse?
One time the one time I ever did cocaine, it was when I first moved to Los Angeles, and I was at a party, and Oasis was there doing cocaine, and I thought, if you're ever going to do it,
this is the chance.
Do it with Oasis. And so
how many lines did you do?
I mostly faked it. I mostly went through the other nostril. I don't. Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, man. That stuff doesn't really.
Good for you. It doesn't. Listen, man. Not everybody jizzes for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, there's people who do meth. I can't do fucking meth and stay up for 3 days.
Yeah.
But some people do fucking meth, you know?
Yeah, I like to do apples, and I'm like the most boring person that's ever, been a friend of yours,
do a
probably.
bong hit from time to time.
Yeah, every once in a while. Yeah.
That's it.
It's Los Angeles.
That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
It's like a cup of coffee here.
You know, for years I had this fucking thing. I had to overcompensate with Coke because I didn't drink.
Yeah.
So when I went out, after you do 2 or 3 lines of Coke, you'll drink fucking horse piss.
It doesn't matter as long as it's got alcohol in it. So,
Jesus.
you know, because, you got to trim that fucking edge off. You got to take the edge off. You're smoking cigarettes. You're drinking whiskey on the rocks. You know, you're like, forget the fucking back. You know, forget the ginger ale back. Just give me the fucking whiskey. No ice cubes. I don't want ice cubes. That's how strong this blow is. So I would drink, but I'm not a social drinker.
Yeah.
And I envy that. I have nothing, like, I can't call Lee and go, Lee, what are you doing right now? No, let's go get a drink.
Yeah.
We've never gone to drink.
We've never gone to get a fucking beer. Like, I don't understand.
I was saying that about you today. I was saying, somebody asked me, they said, well, Joey doesn't drink. And I said, I don't think he does drink. But the cocaine thing, I did tell that story about the Comedy Store where you had to jump in somebody's truck. You had to jump in the back of somebody's truck and you were doing it off of some chick.
That was the place in Hollywood in the freezer, I think, maybe.
Oh,
The freezer, yeah, the
that
freezer.
was in Ralphie May when I had to run out of...
Ralphie May, yeah.
When I had to run out of this, not the Standard, but the other place, where Dane Cook became a king.
Right. Laugh Factory?
No, across from Miyagi's. There used to be that big hot restaurant there on Tuesday nights.
Oh, I don't know.
And that's where it was. Jay Davies was the host. And that's where that happened. No, I haven't done a blow in 9 fucking years.
Yeah.
It's going to be fucking November 7th. It'll be 10 years
You look great, by the way.
since I did fucking blow.
From the last time I saw
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
because we used to go to the gym too.
Yeah, at the YMCA.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Hollywood Y. And you have trimmed up. How much weight have you lost? Like 80 pounds?
Like 115.
Yeah.
It's
Looks good, man. You look
fucking
healthy.
crazy, man.
Fatherhood has been good to you.
No, I lost the weight before the fatherhood.
Oh, did you?
I went down like right before I knocked her up. I went to Weight Watchers for a year, and I went from 418 to fucking 270.
Yeah.
My head got too big, and I was starting to get dizzy and shit, and fucking people weren't hiring me for roles because I would go into these auditions, and my neck was really skinny. And like, you ever see when somebody has cancer or they just go on chemo? And
Yeah.
my neck looked all fucked up, so I said, fuck this. I went up to like 290. Now I'm about like 297. As long as I'm not 300 pounds, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing I stray away from. Over the holidays, I went up to like 303, but that's great.
It's a holiday.
Yeah, it's a holiday. 4 pounds.
That doesn't count.
You know, I remember holidays.
It's almost like losing weight.
I remember
right.
going to Houston, Texas for 2 weeks over the holidays and coming back New Year's Day and being 28 pounds heavy. Like, you don't even fit in your fucking pants. Like, you don't fit in your fucking
And it's quick, too. How long did it take? It took you like a year to lose that 115 pounds, and you gained 28 in 3 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. But that's sodas. That's,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know when I drink soda anymore. Like, it's just wild.
Yeah.
I fill this thing up with water every day. I take it to jiu-jitsu with me. And until that thing ain't fucking done, I don't drink anything else.
Yeah.
You know, and I fucking hate it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Water out of a tin can like a soldier.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that there was a point, and you know, maybe this would happen with you too, and it happened with me, where you just go, okay, I can wake up feeling like shit every day now, or I can, you know, drink water, stop drinking soda, you know, live a little bit healthier as an adult.
When did you guys start seeing a noticeable difference? Like, when did it go from waking up feeling fine to, oh shit, I feel like crap in the morning?
I felt like crap in the morning until 9 years ago.
Yeah.
I stopped doing blow. I mean,
When did it start, do you
your
think?
diet is terrible. Listen, when you go home,
Yeah.
when me and you go out and we have 22 fucking drinks and we smoke reefer and we eat bar food and we dehydrate and then we go out and get Barney's Beanery or I'm just
Right. Yeah.
I'm just
right.
saying,
No.
Fred's,
All
or
of that.
whatever.
Yeah.
And you go home, even if you sleep, you don't sleep because your stomach is digesting that fucking food. So you don't really get into that deep rim. You say you slept great.
And you wake up and you feel tired. You feel like you
sluggish.
still were moving. You still were doing stuff. Yeah, man.
You know, it's like eating sugar before you go to bed.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes I go home and I get stoned. I leave here, I go over there, and I fucking eat yogurt raisins. My daughter's yogurt raisins. Now, granted, she has a little box. I eat like 30 of those boxes.
Yeah.
My wife wakes up like, what fucking happened last night? When I wake up the next morning, I wake up feeling like dick.
Yeah.
You know, those days,
Yeah.
and I told Lee this, that your diet changes as you get older. Like, I have a friend that cannot eat pizza no more, and he is losing it.
Yeah.
Italian kid I grew up with losing.
Like losing his mind because he can't
Losing his
have it, or
mind
just
because his business,
it's his thing.
his whole thing is a slice of pizza in the air. I totally, there's nothing like being from Jersey or New York or Boston, those places. You get used to the slice. The slice holds you over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the slice is 6 points. If you that's nothing at Weight Watchers.
Right.
A slice of pizza and a Diet Coke, you ain't killing nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at 2 in the afternoon, and it holds you.
Especially
till
like a
6.
cheese slice too.
Like a cheese slice, that's it. Just a cheese slice is 6 points.
Yeah.
You know, and it holds you over. And I guess he's 50, and the cheese fucks his stomach up now.
Yeah.
Like, and you stop eating different things. It's not that my willpower got any stronger. No, it's that, you know what? I know what it's like to get up in the morning and smoke a Marlboro Red and a can of Coke.
Yeah.
You have no idea. You wake up in the morning, you smoke a Marlboro Light and a can of Coke. That's an instant death sentence for the day.
Yeah.
Like your day is done. That burst of sugar that early in the morning. I mean, I would go from the bed to the refrigerator and open up a Coke.
I remember one time I was in this was about 5 years ago. I was in a psychiatrist's office, not for myself, but for somebody else. No, I've been over for myself. I'm not dissing that, but it wasn't for me this time. And so this mom was her kid was hyperactive, and she was going, okay, we're gonna find a way to calm you down. And it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and the kid is, Funyun, Snickers, Coke. And that's the breakfast for this kid. And I'm going, there's no secret here to why this kid is like freaking out in the morning.
Going up and down.
Yeah, and why she's at school and, mind is racing and all that stuff. Like, it's right there. Like, I can save you a whole lot of money and just say, hey, give the kid like a bagel and some tea or something, instead of that shit.
Fucking cereal. A scrambled egg, anything is better than a fucking Snickers.
Everything.
Anything is better than a goddamn. And I'll tell you, I never went that low.
Yeah.
Like I never.
Really?
I never got that low to a candy bar. I always had to eat food.
Yeah, but you see it all the time. You see it everywhere.
I like a candy bar at night.
Yeah.
You get back from the comedy show, you're at the hotel, you're hungry. There's a fucking Almond Joy for $4 in the hotel room.
Right.
I'm like, give me the fucking Almond Joy for $4. I'll shoplift one and we'll fucking leave it out somewhere along the goddamn line, But no, you just don't.
It's tough now. Like when I was working full time, and I see like if you go to a 7-Eleven at like 5 or 6 in the morning, they're packed with like people who work in construction, and they're getting donuts and coffees. And when I would work in Santa Monica, and I lived up here, I would have it timed out. So I would wake up and shower and get in the car. I didn't want to make breakfast. It took an hour and a half to get there anyways. They have like granola bars or something in the office. I'll eat that and free soda. So that's what I did for years.
And listen, don't get me wrong, guys. My mother had a bar. So when the soda order would come for the bar, half of it would go to the house. She just built a bar. You know what I'm saying? Like my refrigerator, this is no lie, growing up, my refrigerator, top shelf was Coke. Second shelf was 7-Up, and I mean,
that's the way I grew up.
The third shelf was Mateba, Cuban herb soda, and then the fourth shelf was Irombel or Matatue. Matatue will put a pound on you every time you drink that shit. All right, never mind if you put the fucking condensed milk.
I was gonna say, what's
how the Cubans do, Mateba and all that shit. There was 4 things in my house. My stepdad used to go crazy. He used to go. I come home at 5 and there's half a cans of Coke everywhere. I would drink fucking Coke all day. I didn't know what water was. I fucking hated water.
Yeah.
Hated it. And I drank Cokes till 2009.
Yeah, my first kidney stone got me away from that. Because I was drinking...
Cokes till 2009.
I was drinking Diet 7-Up because I'm an idiot. And I'm looking at it going, it's clear. It's got to be at least a little bit better, right? It tastes like fruit a little bit. And then I'm just drinking, I'm pounding those things, and I got a kidney stone, and I was like, okay, that's the end of my career with soda.
That's my worst nightmare. I bought a thing on Amazon for like kidney health because I drank so much soda. I've cut way down. I still drink a little bit. I need to cut to 0. But like that's my worst nightmare. Like what happened to Matt Mitrione a week or so ago.
Oh, right.
I can't.
What happened to him?
He had a kidney stone. Yeah, that's why he couldn't fight Fedor.
And where do you get those from?
it's not from a lot of things, but soda, I think red meat, like there's something, it's like just calcified things in your kidney, and the only way to get it out is either like surgery or it just has to like force its way through your penis hole, and it just apparently kills.
I went the forced way out the penis hole. Yeah, that it was not
Really?
no good. Yeah.
Through your pee hole?
Yeah.
And how long is the pain for?
Man, I mean, I can tell you it seemed like 2 weeks, but it was probably like 4 days. Oh. You know, it's like, it hurt. It hurt a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to start drinking something. I drink the fucking whatever juice from my stomach. I really take care of my stomach. I bought that stuff for gut rot, and I drank the water with it.
The toxic sludge?
Yeah.
There's that radio commercials where they're like, you may not be fat, you might be bloated.
Yeah.
Like, that's better news. Yeah. I love those
thinking
commercials.
about going to that place and sticking the tube up my ass and washing it out with tea or whatever colonics, whatever.
Oh, I thought you were just saying like...
No, I'm really thinking about
some
this
dude at the gym is doing that for free or something.
I joined jiu-jitsu 3 years ago, and I discovered that I had this really weird anxiety on my back. Just mind-boggling. That's why I was talking to you about stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm not a big anxiety guy till about, I think once I got off the blow, was when the anxiety started appearing. I didn't know what it really was. But when I went to jiu-jitsu, it was so bad. And I just, tried to fight through it, but I'm not really growing. So last week I finally got hypnotized.
Oh, how'd that go?
I went to give it a shot. It was what it was. I paid for 5 sessions. I'm going to go in there with an open mind. That's the only way you go into things like that. And, I'm going to go for fucking broke and see what happens. I went to jiu-jitsu today. I didn't have any panic attacks. But you made a point. See, a kid at jiu-jitsu said to me, he goes, get some asthma stuff and spray your lungs. I got to tell you something. Every time I sprayed my lungs with that asthma shit, I would go to jiu-jitsu and die. Yeah. And go, what the fuck? I'm dying.
Does it make your head crazy? Because that's what it was doing to me. Like I had, so everybody has a little background. I had some anxiety problems when you and I knew each other, and far before that, took a lot of medication for it. But it ended up being a misdiagnosis, and I had been taking this medication for years and years. This Effexor for panic attacks, and then it wasn't panic attacks. It was just a bad reaction from a chemical that was in my asthma inhalers. So, we were talking about changing our diet. So when I cut milk out of my diet, because I went vegan for a woman, how you do.
So when you go vegan, you take milk out?
Yeah, milk is gone.
And what else is gone?
Milk, meat, honey, fish. Yeah, anything with a face, anything from a face kind of thing, yeah. And
what were you eating all fucking day?
Vegetables, man. And plus I'm in rural Indiana at this point, so I got to go to the farmer's market to get vegetables and a lot of potatoes.
Now, when you're a vegan, what do you use for protein?
Spinach. I eat a lot of quinoa. I eat a lot of tofu.
Oh boy.
And then I also do a whole shake thing that's like 35 grams of protein every day.
It's with water. You make it with water and ice
No, I
cubes?
make it with like mango, usually mango puree, or I make a green one. So it's more of a health thing for me. But
and it's taking you off the anxiety medication.
Absolutely. I took that shit from the time I was like probably 20 until what? Like, I don't know, man, 35. And, it was just, after a while, it just made my whole head numb, because the answer to it, like, it was like, I'm still having these problems. And the answer was always take more Effexor until I finally just got to a point where I'm like, I'm not laughing anymore, and I'm not crying at things that are really sad. My grandpa was dying and I didn't feel anything, at the time. And so that's when I just kind of cut it out altogether. But then going back to the cutting out the milk was giving me asthma problems. The asthma inhaler was giving me these, psychotic, sort of panic attacks. And then so when I cut out milk, I cut out the asthma. So.
And now you have nothing.
Nothing.
Tip-top.
I have not taken a hit off of my... I take that back. I've taken one hit off of an asthma inhaler since 2009. And, not one panic attack.
So dairy was making you have asthma, or you have like a little bit of asthma and dairy makes it worse?
I don't really know. It's just dairy, I think, was given me. It builds up the mucus in your lungs.
Okay.
You know? And I'm a farm boy. And so milk was a cornerstone of my diet. You know, I drank milk with everything. You know, I drank milk, 2 glasses for dinner, a glass for breakfast, and, throughout the day. So
What saves me is I don't like milk.
yeah.
Like, I don't like the smell of milk. I'll have a milkshake, though, like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'll put a piece of ice cream in there and some fucking stevia, and that's a great shake for Uncle Joey. I'm good. I like it thin, and I'll make it with 2% milk, just to hold me over or something like that. But I've never been a big milk guy. Let me ask you something. In all my years, now you're from Ohio.
Indiana, but yeah, like right in that corner where Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky meet.
Where'd you go to college?
Manchester College, which is now Manchester University.
And you got a degree in radio there?
Yeah, broadcast. Well, communication studies. Yeah.
And when we met, you were at National Lampoon.
Right.
On Sunset next to that fucking bar. I can't believe you don't know the name.
Was it that Irish bar?
Nah, the one that's like a structure now, like an engineering. It's empty.
Yeah.
It's completely empty now. Nobody's even in there. But
I don't remember that bar.
that, when we started talking a few months ago, I started thinking about that was the beginning of my podcasting career without knowing.
Right.
Like, you were letting me do whatever the fuck I wanted to do.
Right.
We were even doing the martial arts minute, and we reviewed Chinese movies.
Joey Karate.
We'd do what's that? Sonny Chiba.
Sonny Chiba, yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah.
Sonny Chiba movies.
Yeah.
This was my education in radio because you learn to do radio on the road with goofy people, and they ham it up, and who the fuck knows. But this was like Kevin Couch teaching me all this shit. Like, this is what you do. Like, it was just you and me, and we would do it every week. I know Tripoli would go in there.
Sam Tripoli was there.
Kreischer would go in there.
Kreischer.
Tom Segura would go in there.
Josh Wolf
would go in there. I mean, this is...
Joe Bartnick was the sports guy. Joe Bartnick was an excellent... I think Joe's actually working in radio in Los Angeles right now. Yeah.
So this is 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago,
2007.
Yeah, that's right.
Jesus Christ.
So it was about 2005 to... About 2004, 2008, I think, was the Lampoon.
Where was this broadcast?
On XM.
Okay.
Yeah, we were on XM, and then I think we had some terrestrial affiliates too. But you know what? Like there was so much over there that was a lie. Like, I don't know what was true. Like you tell the story and you always have to put an asterisk by every story. It's like, they said we had 30 affiliates, but I never saw evidence of that. I never went to Miami to listen to it, so I don't know if it actually was there.
I remember they moved us from one office to a smaller office.
Yeah, remember we were on that floor with Jamie Foxx.
That's
like
right.
It was just our office, and then Jamie Foxx's production company. That was the first studio, and then that was over on the west side of Sunset, over by the Hamburger Hamlet, and then we moved into the actual National Lampoon building, which was more across from like the Laugh Factory. Yeah.
No. It was down more by that Mexican restaurant on the corner. Remember, we used to sit in the window, Pinche.
Yeah. But it was right across from Chateau Marmont.
Chateau Marmont.
Chateau Marmont.
We used to sit when Pinche first opened.
Yeah.
We would sit in the window and go, when I leave here, I'm going to go to Pinche and drop $40 on Mexican food.
It was good Mexican food.
Good fucking
too,
Mexican
man. That was
food,
awesome
dog.
food, yeah.
Last time I went with Lee, I didn't go for like 5 years. Mm-hmm. And I walked in there with Lee, not knowing anything. I go, Lee, just get 3 tacos. I got 3 tacos. It's like 11:30 at night,
Yeah.
And the guy looked at me and goes, what, you're not going to get those potato things? Remember they used to make those potato...
Oh, yeah.
Those things put 22 fucking pounds on you. Like,
yeah.
What are the things you like? The
Tacos
flautas?
Dorados?
No, flautas.
Okay.
Potato flautas.
Yeah.
That was that place there across from Chateau Marmont.
I think that was one of those naked sushi places before it was Pinche's, right?
No.
Or is that place
down
still
the block.
there?
No.
Oh, okay.
The naked sushi place was...
What?
The naked sushi place has
Sushi
been...
you ate out off of naked
women.
Yeah.
The fucking... That restaurant has had the kiss of death in it since I got here. Since 1997 when I signed with Media Artist Agency. That's where the agent took me to lunch. Breakfast. And it closed the week after that. Then it became a lunch spot. Then it became a naked sushi spot where a lady lays on the table. They put sushi on her, and you fucking eat the sushi off her pussy.
Does every table get a naked lady?
I don't know how.
It was, yeah.
I was embarrassed to go in there.
Yeah, well, it was... people like me don't go in there because I could never in a million years afford that because something tells me that's
$200 a table.
Yeah. I mean, ridiculous.
A naked lady's not just gonna come sit there all fucking night with you.
No. But it was a lady per table.
Jesus. Have you seen that famous, I don't know if it's famous, that picture of Eddie Murphy eating like a steak and french fries off of a naked woman in like New York on like the roof of his building?
No.
That's crazy. I can't imagine eating off of a naked lady. That's a fucking...
Man.
But I didn't know, or,
I guess if I was there and somebody was feeding and they said, eat the fucking shrimp cocktail off my pussy, I guess I'm eating the shrimp cocktail. Who needs tartar sauce?
Yeah. I think they cover them with kind of, I think there was like a kelp.
Right. She had something to cover or something. It wasn't like, when you got there, you're like, this is a beat.
Yeah,
she ain't fucking naked. She got lettuce on her.
Yeah, it's just
what the fuck?
Just a bikini.
I wanted to see a naked woman for my 200, and I get some chick covered with lettuce and shit.
Plus the sushi. I mean,
it's hot. Listen,
I don't care if it's off a woman or not. It has to be good for $200.
Yeah, how good can that? Those places are just a place you walk in there and go. I went to that place 2 nights ago.
Yeah,
People were like, "How was the sushi? Would you go back?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I go to Sushi's and mine and take my fucking chances and shit. What was your first radio job after Manchester? You stayed in Indiana. What the fuck made you come out here?
My first job was at a radio station called 97X WOXY in Cincinnati. You ever seen the movie Rain Man?
Yeah.
Where he's like 97X, bam, the future of rock and roll. That was my first station. I did mornings there. And then I was a music director for a little bit, and that was the first place I ever got fired. So yeah, it was, but that was the best radio station. That was the one I grew up listening to, and I was a senior in college when I got hired there initially for like weekend work. So I took my last year at Miami of Ohio. So, but
and how'd you end up at fucking
Los Angeles?
No, that National Lampoon.
How did I end up at National Lampoon? Well, I was working at K-Earth in Los Angeles. I'd come into
You've
K-Earth.
always been a K-Earth.
I've always been.
How many years altogether now?
I have been a part of the K-Earth morning show, K-Earth 101 in Los Angeles. Give it a plug there. Since 2003, in some capacity. Like I came in with the Hollywood Hamilton show. Then I worked with the Gary Bryan show for a little bit, and then I went to Lampoon, and I became like a part-time employee of K-Earth.
Right, because you couldn't work couple days a week.
No,
you did something. You did something that there was one day a week you wouldn't be there.
Right.
Something crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then with Gary Bryan, we all work for a production company called Radio Genius, so we all do that together, which is stuff that the work that goes towards the show too. So yeah, so since 2003, give or take a little bit there. I worked at Seacrest there for 4 months. There was like a 4-month window there where I was over at that show. But yeah, no, K-Earth is, I've been there for a long time.
Can you believe that these comics you were working with 10 years ago are doing what they're doing today?
I'm so proud of some of these guys, man.
Segura,
yeah.
Bert Kreischer.
Segura has blown up, man.
Segura
I was his first radio interview when Bert Kreischer made fun of him because his voice was cracking. And Tom, and I always tell Tom, and I'm sure he gets annoyed as hell with this, but we were born in the same hospital. So that's in Mercy Hospital, Hamilton, Ohio. But yeah, so I've always sort of like Bert's been, or not Bert, Tom has been somebody that I'm always I've always been cheering for and hoping that, and Christina, absolutely. I've actually seen Christina a couple times when she went out to the Midwest. I saw her show. I saw Ari Shaffir when he came out. Matt Iceman, dude, fucking look at that guy, just won Celebrity Apprentice and hosting American Ninja Warrior, and I'm super happy for that dude because he used to come on my show. Just you shoot him a Facebook message and he'd be there in an hour. And now he's that Celebrity Apprentice thing. I was like, oh hell yeah, man, good for him. But who else? Josh Wolf got a TV show, and
that's fucking crazy.
Who else is on the Matt Walker? Yeah, do you know Matt Walker?
No.
He just is up for a radio show too. He used to come in with Mike Moratori, and they did a little segment.
Where
too.
the fuck is Mike Moratori?
I saw him at the Ice House last year, I think. So he's
not
around.
Seen him
he's around.
In 2 years, 3 years.
Oh, really?
Just disappeared. I'd see him at the Ice House, and then
never
again.
I think he's around. I see him doing shows. I see his notices and stuff. But It's hard for me to
right.
get.
He was teaching you karate.
No, he was teaching Gino karate.
Gino karate.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
You know what's fucking crazy? That just came back to me. Okay. So I was promoting something around the holidays. I can't remember what the fuck it was. And I went to see you at the place by Hamburger Hamlet. And everybody was real cool. And you said to me, if you ever want to do anything, call me.
Yeah.
And I thought about it over the holidays and I called you, but then you moved.
Oh, right.
You guys went over to the other side. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
So I met you when you were still at Hamburger Hamlet.
Yeah.
In that thing in there. And then that was the first time. I only went to that studio one time.
Yeah. That was a cool studio. Was that me, man? I'm sorry. It's like totally unprofessional.
Get it together.
Jordan Lee says, great job. I'm watching. Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks, Jordan. I appreciate it, cocksucker.
Thanks, Jordan. Yeah, no, that Hamburger Hamlet place, that studio was cool. Like we had a lot more room, so we could bring more comics in. But when we moved over to that other studio, that was, it was kind of a tight fit.
Yeah, it was a tight fit.
That was a super tight fit.
It was you guys on the first floor, I think, and then Jay Schechter had an office upstairs with the other dude.
That was like the National Lampoon radio guy. The radio guys were down there. We had 2 rooms, and then upstairs was like the
managers,
Lampoon guys, the guys that did the movie stuff. Yeah,
I'm getting old, man.
Yeah,
the whole time I've been thinking about it, I'm like, Jesus Christ! I remember I brought Jodie Fertig in one morning.
Oh right, yeah. I helped out with that. They did a Queens of Tarts tour, and I helped get some like radio interviews for him for that with Lang Parker.
Lang Parker, yeah. You still see Lang at all?
I talk to her a lot.
She's a good lady.
Yeah, she's awesome, man. She's one of my favorite people for sure.
I've known Jodie Fertig since 1997, and Jodie Fertig is it's a little on the tough side. Mm-hmm. She's grown, as a comedian. She just stalled at one part because of the alcohol, and over the years she's tried to make comebacks and whatnot, and like I said, I used to work with Jodie a lot, but it got to the point where it got crazy,
Yeah.
And I wasn't mad at her. She's just a crazy person. She likes to drink and jump up and down and dance. So I get this call one day from Jodie, and she's telling me she's doing a tour with Lang and some other sweet girl, and they're doing Vegas and something else, and I was like, good luck, man, and I mean, they weren't on the road a fucking week.
Yeah.
And people are calling me, going, I bumped into your girl in Vegas, fucking hammered. And I know, I'm not an idiot. It's none of my business, but I would get calls from time to time from Vegas.
Right.
And finally the tour ends, and I'm not thinking about it. I got other things on my mind. I'm not thinking about 3 girls on a tour. But one night I'm at the Improv, and when I walk out, there's Lang Parker with this face like somebody hit her in the head with a stick. And she's like, I know she's your friend, but I got to get rid of her. I go, listen, get rid of her.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But Lang was like, I felt really bad for her because...
Yeah. Well, that's how she is. She's a huge-hearted person, man.
Lang's
She's a country chick,
world.
too.
Lang's not from that world.
Yeah.
Like, I understood Jodie because I'm from that world. I'm a piece of shit, drunk,
right,
getting high and shit. But when Lang came up to me, she's like, Joey, she got into a fight with a hooker in the lounge. I could see Jodie fighting with a hooker in the fucking lounge, okay? So it was like, and I thought Lang thought that she was, I don't know, Lang thought that I would be mad. Not at all.
Yeah.
When it comes to comedy or somebody's job, I'm a firm believer. Anybody fucks with your job, you got to get rid of them.
Right.
Anybody fucks with your job, you got to get rid of them. Like, I just don't like it. I don't fuck with nobody's job. Mm-hmm. That's how you feed your goddamn family, But she used to go on the road with Ralphie and have drama. Ralphie took her on the road one time, and they went to Columbus. Not Columbus, the other big one. A guy named, not Stroob, but there was a comedy club owner who left recently, and he's running the ships now. He took a big job with ships.
Yeah.
But he was big in the Funny Bone chain. Mm-hmm. So Ralphie's stuck. So he goes, who should I take? And I go, we'll call Jodie. So they get there, and the first thing Ralphie looks at Jodie and says, don't say nothing to that guy about him being short. Jody goes to the bar, does it 30 minutes, gets off, does 3 shots of Jaeger,
Oh, man.
6 beers, and calls him a fucking midget. I mean, that's the type of person
Right.
Jody is. And she thought she was being funny, and I got it. I'd be laughing too, but when you're in that Ralphie May category, you can't take chances like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a time to fuck around, not time not to fuck around. But till this day, I always think about Lang and just shake my head because nobody can handle her.
Yeah.
Like, nobody can be around them more than 2 nights. After 2 nights, they're like, no more. Like, seriously.
And Lang is so nice.
Yes.
She's such a nice person. There's no way that she can be, she's not going to be a bitch unless she, I can't even say if she's going to be. I've never seen her be a bitch.
What's your problem over there, fucko?
I have no problem. It's I can't imagine. It just makes me like uncomfortable thinking about like just making trouble for someone just for no reason, like that.
For no reason. Like, just, especially after I told you, like, listen, man, be cool here.
Jesus.
Yeah.
When I pull you aside and go, be cool. Like, I expect everybody.
That's how professionals, that's how we do it.
Listen, I expect everybody to be cool.
Right.
If you come over and you go, I'm going to go out with you and do comedy, I know you're going to be cool.
Yeah.
If I come out and you're punching somebody because they grabbed your dick, I'm not going to be mad at you. Yeah. But if I heard that you threw a drink at somebody and called them a cunt, I got to be mad at you because you're fucking my shit up. You know what I'm saying? You're fucking my shit up. A lot of people don't understand that.
It's like, I'm doing you a favor. Chill the fuck out.
A lot of people don't understand that. That's the weird thing when it comes to comedy. People think like in the green room there's a party. There's no fucking party. I'm watching ESPN. I'm sitting back here drinking water, watching ESPN. Can't wait for the fucking boat shows to be over. There's no fucking party. I couldn't imagine still getting high like I was on the road.
No.
Like, I can't imagine.
No.
I can't imagine if I was still doing those drugs.
But then you came to that point where it's like, okay, I'm gonna be this guy now, or I've got to be this guy, right? Like that's how I was. I was like, okay, I can be the party fun guy for the rest of my life, or I can get my shit together and like.
First of all, I never wanted to be the party fun guy. I didn't give a fuck about parties.
But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
As long as I had my gram of blow.
Yeah.
That's all I gave a fuck about. If I saw a victim,
I count that. I count that as a party.
It's funny how a lot of guys, like I became antisocial.
Yeah.
I was really antisocial. I would just get a gram of coke and go home. If by chance I got horned up, and if she knew the rules, because everybody got to know the rules before you come over here. The rules are, I got a G-bow and a half. You come over here, somebody's gonna get naked. This ain't free. This ain't gratis.
I just imagine like a little sign before you get onto like a roller coaster, like you have to be 48 inches tall. You have to.
I was so fucking nuts. So I can't even. Like, you don't really hear about comedians being crazy no more.
You don't.
You don't. No, it's changed.
You don't hear it about in radio people either.
No.
When you get a bunch of radio people into these groups, because there's a, I've been around long enough to where I know some of the older guys have been around for a while, and they tell these stories, and you're just like, man, that doesn't happen at all. When I started in the 90s, it kind of ended, I would say around like 98, 99, and it just, you don't have those wild, crazy, huge personalities anymore,
Well, I'll tell you, I think when Mitch Hedberg died,
yeah,
it shocked people so much, and I love Mitch. I'm not saying nothing bad about him. I'm just saying what everybody knows, There was a couple comics out there, including myself, at that time that we were out there doing blow and shit. You don't hear about it no more.
Mm-mm.
And you'd hear something once a month about this guy or that guy or me. The other day, for anxiety, I have to take a 0.5. Like my doctor, Waxler, gives me like a 0.5. I think it's a Xanax.
Mm-hmm.
Like tomorrow morning at 4 when I get up, just the fact that I got to leave my family and shit, I get anxiety. Mm-hmm. I'm one of those assholes. So in the ride, I'll pop a 0.5. It don't put you to sleep. It don't make you crash your car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do nothing for you. But a friend of mine the other day said, I got a couple of V's for you. And he laid a couple of V's on me, and I took them home, and I haven't been able to pick one up.
Yeah.
Because the last time I ate Valium, I ate 30 of them in fucking 3 days.
Yeah.
Last time I had a Valium, I ate 30 fucking Valiums, 10 milligram Valiums in 3 fucking days. I was falling asleep on the stage on the floor. You got Josh
Yeah.
Wolf reminds me about all this shit. Whenever he tells me these stories, my fucking heart stops.
Yeah.
Like I still remember they were in a brown bag. Like they didn't give them to me in a pill container, and I was just shoving my hand in the bag. And I remember shoving my hand in that bag and jiggling the bag around and going, "Oh shit, there's no more Valiums." Like I ate 30 10 milligram fucking Valiums.
I don't know. I know you said that you don't really hear of people going crazy anymore, but at least for me, the way I grew up, if I was still in Boston right now, the most I probably would have done would be weed. And just hearing like you Ari and you doing acid, going to Pink Floyd, or trying to go to Pink Floyd, and then mushrooms and all that. Like for me, edibles are kind of crazy. Like my nature now they're not. Now it's not a day if I don't have an edible, but it's crazy. It's just crazy. Like to me, that's crazy. To me, that's partying. Like just the fact that people do pills out here, not for like prescribed reasons. Like I would have never thought to take like a Valium, or like I was talking with Danny Brown about how when the first time I got bronchitis out here, they gave me codeine, and someone asked to buy it if I didn't finish it. And I was like, why would he want to buy this?
Oh,
I don't get that. And then
doesn't happen where you're from?
Maybe it did, and I'm just the biggest nerd in the world.
No, like when I moved back to this small town where I'm from, man, that this is like Indiana. Like heroin is a real problem.
Real
there,
problem.
man. And methamphetamine is a huge problem.
In Mass right now, it's crazy. They said heroin's huge, and that's a weird thing. Is I left my hometown at 18 and never went back.
Right.
And I was in college I was in Boston from 19 to 21, but I was working and kind of really subdued. I didn't do anything crazier than drink. So it's I wonder if I went back now and live there now. It might be, maybe it's the same everywhere, but
yeah,
I was so naive as a kid.
Well, this is I'm kind of close to where Dayton is, where they keep doing all these stories on the heroin epidemic, and it seems to center there in Dayton, Ohio, and but yeah, I mean there was like the town north of us, they had like 11 overdoses in a weekend. I mean the Los Angeles doesn't have that in a week, and it was just but going back to your prescription drug things, like anything with opioids, man, that is like a hot ticket. I mean, people, there was to give you another, did you like Fargo, the series, when that came out?
Never watched it.
Oh, you never watched it? Because I love Fargo because it was like, being in one of these little small towns is sort of off the radar. These crazy things happened there. Like this dude like shot 5 people and killed them over pills. And it was just... I mean, and it was, barely a 2-day thing on the news, but I mean, that really happened. That was scary as shit. And, so when I moved back, I got this apartment, like right there on Main Street of my hometown. And it's like 16-foot ceilings, it was like an old building. I think it was built in like 1890 or something, just huge windows. It was just a cool place to live, like a half gymnasium inside. And, like more than, I don't want to say it happened once a month, but it was, around once every 2 months, somebody would knock, like some junkie chick would knock on that. I don't know who lived there before I did, but the police had come a couple times looking for somebody too. But like junkie chicks would just bang on my window, and then when I would come to the door, they'd be like, oh, shit, sorry, and take off running. But, that doesn't happen to me in Los Angeles. You know what I mean? But yeah, I can totally see somebody offering you that for codeine. That's a hot ticket.
Yeah,
Pills have been a problem for years, not as bad as the problem now. A couple of years ago with the Oxycontins,
yeah, that's huge. Yeah,
in Florida with the pain relief centers and all. And I was telling my wife the other day, a comedian once gave me like a fucking 8 of an oxycodone. Mm-hmm. And I go, let me go home and pop this thing. I mean, it was nothing. Mm-hmm. It was nothing. Mm-hmm. It was a little piece. And I just popped it. And within 30 minutes, I had to go lay down. My blood pressure dropped. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck people eat this shit.
No, man. No.
Like, how the fuck people eat this shit?
I'm sort of one of those people now that I'm paranoid against all pills. You know how like people are getting, there's that fringe. I'm starting to join that fringe of like, if it's in pill form, man, I don't want to take it. I'll find another way. I'll take the pain or something.
Way before I knew Joey, and it still to this day scares me. I will not take a pill that's not prescribed to me, because my mom told me that that's how Bruce Lee died. Is that he took a pill that wasn't prescribed for him, and he died. It was like the wrong whatever, and that freaked me out. So I don't take. I guess maybe I've taken like some codeine and mushrooms and crazy stuff, but I don't. Prescriptions freak me out.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's no good.
I'm gonna be like Bruce Lee. I'll die.
You ain't gonna fucking die.
Fuck.
You'll be fine. When I was a
It's
kid,
good to have at least one thing in common with Bruce Lee, though.
Yeah.
Right? You know, like I've got, as it is now, I have nothing in common with that dude.
It's when I was about 17, there was a kid in North Bergen that his mother had cancer, and the mother knew she was gonna die, so she would take the pain relief medication and sell it at top dollar, because there were Tumenols, there were Quaaludes, but she used to have fucking like this pill that was like an F66. That's what it sounded, F66, and people knew like it was like the F66 Express, and every pill was like $20 in 1982, like $20.
Yeah, dude.
$25 was a fucking quarter gram, you know? So you're like, fuck, I gotta. But I remember taking an F66 one time, splitting it with a friend of mine. His name was Kishka, and we used to call him, those what they were, Tumenols. I used to just call him Toomey for short, because at that point, that's all he ever ate, the kid. Toomey, come on. Don't call me Toomey. People don't call him that. So we split one, and it was like Lee and me. Like the way Lee is when I eat 1,000 milligrams, and Lee's like, ugh. I was fucked up. And this kid was like talking on the phone and making collages and shit. And I'm fucking lit to shit. But I had eaten all those. And I figured if I didn't die from the F66 and a couple of the fucking Quaaludes, one night I almost died, guys. I was about 17, and I went to a party on 64th Street Field with the dude Lucci. It was his birthday. His birthday is when my birthday is. And Lucci always had parties before concerts. If there was a concert at the Garden, go by Lucci's at 6 o'clock. They were already lit. 20 gorillas lit. So one night he was just having a party, but I took Coke with me when they had the spoons on top of the bottle. You ever see that?
No.
They used to have little bottles and a little chain with a spoon, so you could take the lid off and put the spoon. And I would put the Coke in my top pocket. And I remember I took Quaaludes with me. And it was like 6 o'clock at night. And I popped 2 of these Gorilla Biscuits. And the problem was in those days that, like I've said 1,000 times, sometimes the chemist had a table that was crooked. So all the fucking Quaalude juice would go to the last 2 rows of Quaalude. All the other Quaaludes were like duds. But the last 2 rows, they could kill you if you let them. I must have popped 2 of those. Oh, my God. They woke me up at like 3 in the morning. I was out for like 7 hours. Out, drooling, puking, pissing, shitting. Foaming, the whole fucking deal.
How did they justify making a Coke holder with a spoon attached with a chain? Like that seems like where would you even get that?
That's like it's like all that shit that they used to remember. The little glass roses. They still sell those in gas stations over there.
Crack.
Yeah.
How fucking crazy is? Yeah. I did not know that till about 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. Like somebody goes, no, let's just go buy one of those. Like, what do you mean a rose? You gonna buy rose? How you gonna? And I looked at it, I go, you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
He goes, you never knew that? Those roses are crack pipes? I never fucking knew that.
Yeah. Like every gas station has them. What do you think? It was just like, like what ethnicity gives away these glass roses? I must know their culture.
That's how retarded I was.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know. But I was never really scared of. There was only one drug I was scared of, and that was heroin when I did it. I wasn't. Cocaine, there were some nights my heart wouldn't stop beating.
Yeah.
I thought like a vein got loose in there some nights. It was fucking crazy. Lee, you're laying in bed with your wife or girlfriend, and the whole bed is shaking from your heart. Your heart is fucking. People next to you wake up and go, "Are you okay?"
And now let me ask you this: What's the not to sound naive or anything, but what's the appeal after that happens one time?
Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? What's the appeal of going to the store after some guy comes on TV with a fucking curtain on his fucking throat with a voice box and goes, hey, I got this from smoking cigarettes. Why would you go down there?
Yeah.
Why would you go to McDonald's after you watch a 600-pound man in fucking Houston, Texas, walking around in this McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we do half the shit we do? We know cigarettes are bad for us. We know caffeine is bad for us. Now, the last year or 2 or 3, they're telling you how bad sugar is for you. So everybody's on these fucking sugar diets. Before you know it, we can't eat dick. Rice is bad for you. Bread is bad for you. Soda is bad for you.
Dude at Trader Joe's told me oatmeal was bad for me.
Why? What was the reason?
I don't know. I kind of walked away. I don't stick it around for those conversations anymore. You know, like how I don't know how old you are, but you know how like those conversations, like somebody would come up to you and you'd be like, "How do I get out of this?" Now I just get out of it, and it's awesome. And I don't know why it took me so long.
I'm still not getting out of it.
Yeah.
I try to be polite. If I'm in a rush and shit, I gotta make a move.
Yeah.
If I can be polite, I'm always trying to be polite.
But how many conversations did you have where somebody's just like, and you're just like, and you're like, oh my God. And now it's just like, all right, I gotta go. And it's like, I don't know why it was so hard for all those years to just go, all right, I'm out. I'm done with this one.
A couple of weeks ago, I had to tape something for Animal Planet. And it was a long fucking day. Mm-hmm. You know? We started at like 9, and we had to go downtown and to the west side, and then back to my house, and we had to do this all by 5 by the time the baby got back. Then we took like a 2-hour breathe, and I had to go to Flappers. They wanted me to do 10 minutes on cats. You know? I had like 4 minutes on cats.
Yeah.
And I just wrote a couple dumb shit. Just so, all they needed was 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I go down there, and I'm sitting there, and it's the Gong Show.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing the Gong Show. NBC's bringing it back, ABC. I'm like, no, they're not. They had the judges and shit. And they had like 40 people in the audience, you know, and there were people down there, and I noticed the comic was there that does a character around town.
Yeah.
I don't know about that shit. He comes over, oh, what are you doing here? I got to do a 10-minute spot, brother. You know how that goes. You know, there's just comics who want to know what the fuck you're doing. Mm-hmm. They just can't take hello for, what's up, man? You good? You good? Yeah, I'm good, man. Good to see you.
Yeah.
They see you talking to somebody, they don't know that person. They want to come over and mingle and be cute.
Yeah.
You know, so this guy was one of those guys. He comes over. Now, you know me, bro. I got no hatred for somebody like that. What are you going to do? He comes over. Hi, how are you? Good to see you, man. And who are you? Oh, how interesting. Are you guys shooting a show? You know, all that shit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's like going in his pocket for a business card. He's got a resume in his back pocket. Yeah. You know, the whole fucking deal. Nice guy. I've known this kid for like 15, 16 years since he was a kid doing comedy in Florida.
You may as well just name him now.
He comes over again, and he is like, so what are you doing? And he's asking me all these questions. You know, I'm fucking tired. All I want to do is do these fucking 10 minutes and go home. And now I got these people from the Gong Show asking me, do you mind if we tape your set? Do you mind if we put your set? I'm like, listen, I don't want to be on the fucking Gong Show.
Yeah.
All right? I'm trying to be as nice as I fucking can, okay?
Yeah.
And they kept coming over, yeah, the Gong Show's going to be a great opportunity for you. I go, listen, I'm not gonging. So forget about the fucking Gong Show, okay? So already I'm starting to get irritated, like with the Gong Show people. Now I got this comedian asking me creepy questions. I got the fucking Gong Show people on the right side, and I got this comedian on the left side, and he's asking me questions, and I love him dearly. Yeah. But he doesn't look at me. He's not looking at my face, knowing that, you know what, let me take a hike. Like, there's some people that if I look at you, I know it means let me take a fucking hike. Not him.
Yeah.
He's talking. Finally, I go, Doug, you gotta go show Carlo the treat. You gotta go for a walk. Okay, and he kind of leaves. Like, he leaves. I go on stage. I get off stage. These people from New Wave are these people from New Wave are.
We going to address that? What was that?
No.
All right.
These people from New Wave are talking to me, right? These people from New Wave are talking to me, and the next thing you know, guess who comes up to me? The fucking comedian.
Yeah.
And guess what he says to me? Hey, man, I got some notes on your set there. He goes, and he looks at me, and finally he goes, do you want them? And by that point, he looked at me and he goes, he looks at me and he goes, I could tell by the look on your face you really don't want them, do you? Like, not really. Take a fucking hike.
Oh, my God.
And that night I went home, and I felt bad, you know, because I know him a long time. But it's like, when you see a comedian and he's with people that you don't know, just say hello and keep fucking walking.
Yeah.
I would never get involved in that's amateur. That's business 101. You know, at the Comedy Store, there were comics that would go up there at 8:30 and look at the list to see who had a showcase. Like who had a star next to their name. Mm-hmm. And then they would tag on to you when you walk in. Who are you showcasing for? APA, really?
Yeah.
Where are they? Right there. Oh, hey, how are you? And you're like, Jesus Christ, how fucking creepy are you? Like, there's people who live for that shit. I'm not saying that this comedian was creepy like that, but he was creepy like that night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, if I hadn't worked all day, I would have got up and broke it down for him.
Yeah.
I just was in the mood. I'm just living off sign language here. Look at my body, look at my face. Do I look like I want to have a fucking conversation? Do I look like I want to smoke a joint? I just want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Is that different with radio though? 'Cause, like, can you say, the station books the guests or the state, like, or do you still get hit up constantly? I mean, I'm not trying to have you bad talk anyone, but just like, how does it work for radio, like with that booking and having people hit you up and?
I'm not sure that I understand the question. I'm sorry.
Just it's kind of interesting. Radio and podcasting are very similar, but you work for the station,
right?
So do you get hit up to be a guest on your show, and can you say, "Oh, no, the station books the guest. I can't do it." I'm like, do you have an out like that?
We Brandon Castillo and I book the guests. We usually, there's services too for radio people. We're CBS radio. Well, not. I guess we're. Are we still CBS radio? We just sold, so I'm not sure what we are. But we do services, and then there's a couple publicists. But when we get hit up, it's usually through like a third party. I don't even know if it's third party is the right way to say it, but somebody that's, how like what they used to say that, there used to be those movies where somebody would say, hey man, they go to a record label, they like, listen to my disc, man. It's like, we don't take unsolicited material. And you never really knew what that was. It's kind of the same thing with some of the bigger radio shows, I think.
Right.
But there's different ways to get guests to, like, we go after people as well as opposed to, hitting us up. But, yeah, if somebody hits us up, we say no more than we say yeah.
Right, I would imagine.
Obviously, yeah. But did that answer that? I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Oh no, I'm stoned. I probably wasn't making sense. But another question I had was, Joey and I talk a lot about how like you promote podcasts and it's how you get it out there. Mm-hmm. How does that work with radio? Because it's more of like a local market. How do you grow a radio show?
Well, that's a good question.
Billboards.
Yeah, we don't. CBS hasn't really done any billboards in a while, but they do campaigns, every once in a while where they kind of flood the things, because radio, the way we get radio ratings has changed, over the last, several years. Because remember, you used to have to fill out a diary, and now it's like a little, I think it's a little like pager thing that you put on your belt loop, and as long as you're moving, it reads what you're listening to. So theoretically, even if you're listening to K-Earth in the car or KLOS in the car, or if you go into Subway, like a Subway sandwich shop, they've got their own radio station there too. So it will register there, theoretically. But, they've had problems this year, and I don't really understand the problems, but the ratings have been like a little weird, starting in January or something. So even that's a little, that's been a little sketchy as of late, But back to your question, how do you market or how do you grow a radio show? It really just takes time, at this point. A couple things that I've noticed. I noticed that like, Big Boy is on Channel 5 sometimes. There's a lot of cross promotion there. Like with K-Earth, with being a CBS and K-Rock being CBS, there's always cross promotion with those CBS shows. When you're in a cluster, like, I'm sorry, I keep getting away from the mic. I'm screwing you up. When you're in a cluster, like KNX is our news station. So, like when Prince passed away, we cross promote with KNX and things like that. But
how much has it changed in the last 10 years with social media and?
Well, social media, radio with social media has changed because there's a huge emphasis on social media. Like we just hired a social media person just for the morning show. But then there's stations like outside of Indianapolis, there's a station called G1013, and they have like their own social media network, and it's actually really cool. Like their morning show, and their listeners directly have a lot of interaction, through Twitter, but also through their own platforms. So I've thought that was pretty cool. I love it when we get listeners because we have listeners call in from Arkansas. a lot of times. We have listeners, calling from Mississippi. I like it when they listen on the internet or listen on their phones and stuff like that. So that's changed quite a bit. I don't know the percentage of our listeners that are international, but like I know that when I was doing sports, when I was gone that time, I was doing play-by-play, and there would be people in Jordan, listening to some of the play-by-play. So that was always huge. But social media, I think, is probably the biggest tool to promote radio at this point, much like podcasts.
Obviously, Howard Stern promoted his show in the beginning a lot different than a show began promoted today. There was no social media.
Right.
So you had to use word of mouth consistently.
I remember street teams.
Well,
Street teams,
I think an interesting thing, too, is that, like, when I came on with the Hollywood Hamilton show, there was a longer expectation. Like, there was, it's going to take this amount of time. And that amount of time ranged from about a year to 2 years. And with social media and stuff, and it just being a faster thing, I don't think that a morning show would get, but more than a couple months. If it was a new one coming on in a big market, I don't think it would get like a 2-year run anymore.
It's funny, when we started this podcast, we were morning radio.
Mm-hmm.
We would fucking, start at 6 a.m., I don't even know why we did it that way. I thought about it for a while, and I go, Lee, let's just wake up early and get it over with.
Yeah.
But it was fucking rough because we would get blasted. We get blasted.
Yeah. The rest of your day is gone.
Oh, the rest of the day is fucking gone. I was getting anxiety walking down the steps in this house. I'm like, how the fuck am I so high? And it was hard to get guests.
Yeah.
Real hard to get fucking
It is hard to get guests that early in the morning, yeah.
And then we switched it to the nighttime because that nobody breaks appointments. You can't. How busy can you get at 8 o'clock?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a big money gig, but it's Monday and Wednesday. So we decided on those little things, and we release early in the week. When we were releasing later in the week, our numbers wouldn't be high. There's so much of this was such a grassroots type effort.
Yeah.
And Lee and I saw the growth together. I mean, it's kind of scary, It's
Can I tell a story real quick about one time? I don't know if you remember this story or not, but I took a demo that you and you brought Joe Rogan in one day.
Right.
Do you remember this?
Yes.
You brought him in, and that show was phenomenal. It was hilarious, and it was very male oriented. And I was like, this would sound great on KLSX, which was a sister station we had over there at CBS Radio 2. And I made this demo, and it was pristine, and I had a PowerPoint presentation that I was taking. I was like, Joey Diaz and Joe Rogan, these guys on the radio, this is going to be big. This is going to be, it's going to be, people are going to be into this. So I took it into the office of a man named Jack Silver, who's now at NBC Sports. He grabs my CD, throws it in the trash, and he goes, I need more talk radio listeners, not more talk radio talkers. And now you're here with your millions of listens, and Joe Rogan is on his podcast. I tell that story all the time because it's just, kind of indicative, of how timing, works out sometimes.
Get Jack Silver on the phone right now.
So I don't understand. What did he say? I need what?
He goes, I need more talk radio listeners, not more talk radio talkers. And he threw the CD in the trash, and presumably didn't dig it out and listen to it later. But I was so proud of that demo, man, and I still to this day I think that was a great demo, and that was some of the best radio I ever heard was when you guys came in and just did your thing, and I sat back, and it was, I would listen to that, and I'm critical of radio. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. I don't listen to a lot of radio, but I would listen to that. I would sit tight for that.
When I do his podcast, it's like a fucking event.
Yeah. I bet.
I've had my agent call me and say, they talked about you on the Rogan podcast in the company meeting this morning, like the numbers,
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. First off, he knows how to press my buttons. He knows
Right.
by him doing little things, I'm going to get fucking agitated. And he knows me that well that I don't get agitated right away.
Yeah.
It's a slow simmer. And him and Red Band know how to push that slow simmer.
Yeah.
When they look at their phones or they have talks about phone networks and shit. That shit just drives me fucking insane. I've never hung out with guys that talk about phones or shoes or something.
Yeah, right.
I'll never forget one time I made a mistake. I went against my whole philosophy of life, and I got in the car with Rogan and Red Band and drove to Irvine to do a weekend on Friday night in traffic. And they got into a conversation about cocaine, and I wanted to shoot them both. But they were both trying to tell me to stop snorting coke.
Yeah.
But they were both talking like they knew about drugs. Red Band was talking about how
Right.
he was a drug dealer in Columbus and creepy people coming to his door. Let me tell you something. If Red Band was ever a drug dealer in Columbus, I'd rob him. That's just me. I would have smacked him and robbed him and shit. Let me give some shout outs here. How do you feel on the cough medicine? You feel it tonight? Not as much as the other night.
Not as much. Are you excited about Verizon's new unlimited package?
How about I stab you in the fucking neck? C-Mac 87. My brother Dante Gazzini, Locomotive. Wart Braun, Crystal Johnson, Frank White, Irv Hughes, and Jock Hamilton, Doc Hamilton, whatever. You know I love you, cocksucker. Don't forget House of Comedy. Tomorrow night, bitches. I think Friday and Saturday might be thin. You better get those tickets tomorrow night. I'm telling you. Anyway, who gives a fuck? No, him and I don't know what. You know, it's funny. I don't talk to him much like what people would think. I talked to him when we used to work together. I'd sit next to him on a plane and we'd talk. Mm-hmm. And I could see that there was something there. Like when we get even on those podcasts, he knows that I could be quiet for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I'll take the beating for 45 minutes. I'm one of those guys. I'll play possum like a motherfucker. Yeah. I'll let you talk all fucking afternoon, but guess what? I'm going to boil eventually, and I'm going to keep taking this fucking ear beating. And once I get one of those ear beatings, I just go off. I fucking hate ear beatings. I've hated ear beatings since I was a young man. Jesus fucking Christ. Lee Syatt.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing over there?
Who knows? No, I'm feeling good.
Fidgeting over there and shit like that.
I always fidget.
But no, I
can't believe Lee didn't know that we did that CD.
I
CD at the 3 Clubs.
I don't think he put it together. I told him. Did I tell you now or this afternoon?
You told me that he was coming on, and you told me about the National Lampoon stuff, and I was all over YouTube. I couldn't even find one. But no, you didn't tell me about the 3 Clubs until tonight.
Me, him. What was the kid that helped us do it? The opening act. Great kid. I still see him around. He's around.
Was Jerry doing that?
No, he was
Jerry,
running it. No. I forget the kid's name that was running it. He's still around. I still see him. Your boy mixed it. We got a little crowd in there. We giggled. Whatever. Thank you for pushing me to do it.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't want to do it. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
No. I told the truth. I fucking tell people I didn't want to do it, and you talked to me.
And then when you heard it, you didn't like it.
No, I hate fucking my voice, man. You know, I could be fucking Whitney Houston type singing, and I would hate my voice. Yeah. I'm one of those guys. I just don't want to see me. I don't want to hear me. Just play the fucking thing.
Right.
You know how many times people have contacted me and said, "Hey, okay, this video." And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And 2 days later, I'm like, God damn it! Why didn't I fucking watch this shit? Why did I have that red hat on or something stupid? You know.
You gave me great advice one time. I don't even know you were trying to give advice, but you said you had taken a blank CD into an agent, and then you asked him later, how was it? He's like, oh man, it was great. It was great. And then there was nothing on it. You said, fuck you. You're not my agent.
Dog, I did that to people. I was doing that to people constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly. Like I sent one comedy tape out, and that was to Mark Babbitt. And that was blank. Mm-hmm. And he hired me.
Yeah.
Told me it was the best comedy I seen in a feature. I'm fucking howling at the house. And then there were agents in town that would really agitate the fuck out of me. So that they would call me, and I talk to them, and I go, all right, I'm doing a spot tonight, 10:45 at the Comedy Store. And they go, nah, send us a tape. Why I gotta send you a fucking tape for? You live right here in L.A.
Yeah.
Just go to the Comedy Store. See what I'm about, and this will make it easier for you and shit like that. And I would send them blank fucking tapes. Oh, that was great. I don't know what was the name of the movie? It was you, and you didn't see the tape because there ain't no tape, bitch. What the fuck was that guy's name? He's the one that told me to put a handcuff on and go on stage and start talking about being the lost.
What?
Yes.
Like a handcuff around your wrist?
Yes.
Like you escaped from the cops?
Yes, and be the lost.
And you have to travel around the world with that?
He wanted me to be the lost blues brother. That guy is now selling fucking. He's the number 3 guy at Chipotle. He's the guy that picks up the meat and don't make eye contact. You know what I'm saying? He knows what he's giving you. Zugats.
He's hoping to make it up to the cashier. Oh my god.
I'm happy you're still doing what you're doing, man. You're still doing what you love. You're happy. You're off the fucking sauce, the pills, whatever the fuck you want, even though you were
Yeah, I wasn't really. I was on prescribed pills. I mean,
it's funny that I got
diagnosed
one time. They gave me the wrong voltage.
What?
They gave me the wrong fucking
dosage.
And I was taking it for a while.
I was like,
oh my
shit,
god,
dude.
whatever the fuck it is.
Explain a lot, Kevin.
Dosage, voltage. Is there any difference?
Damn, you and Lou Reed, man.
And I didn't feel good, man. I just didn't feel good about myself as a human being. I mean, yeah, I was doing a fucking 1.5 grams of blow every night, and then taking the anxiety pills. Like something's not right, chemically balanced. But then I took a few days off from the blow, and I kept eating those pills, and I was feeling worse. The coke was helping it, and I remember taking one of those pills and giving it to Sergio Love. You know who Sergio is? You remember Sergio Love, comedian? I called him up. I go, Serge, come over.
I kind of remember, dude. Yeah,
I got this pill for you. It's off the charts. It's the new thing in China. Let me know what you think about it. It was basically an anxiety pill.
Yeah.
He took it, and like 2 days later, he's like, dog, whatever the fuck that was, that shit was heavy. And I was like, I never did an anxiety pill again.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I was asking you creepy questions about anxiety. And we talk a lot about the podcast. We talk about fears and anxiety. And, today, I've been in hell lately with this breathing thing.
Yeah.
And today, the last thing I wanted to do was go to jiu-jitsu. So I go in the back, I get the jump rope, I start jumping rope, and guys, I could feel myself passing out.
Yeah.
Like my own fear in my mind, guys.
Yeah.
Nothing was happening to me.
Oh, dude, no, I've been
Nothing
there.
was happening to me.
It's like the emotion just for no reason.
Take over you.
It's just there.
It just takes over your fucking mind. Guys, there was
I know.
nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. And I kept jumping rope, and my breathing would get heavy, and I'm like self-panicking now. I'm catching myself because I kept doing it. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to make it through jiu-jitsu. Like, when I walked in, I'm like, this is not going to be a good day.
Yeah.
I drank some fucking water. I kept drinking some water. I got on the line, and you know what, man? 20 minutes into jiu-jitsu, I was having a fucking blast today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweating everywhere, dripping from my gi and my head. I'm like, this is tremendous.
Yeah. Yeah, the exertion helps a lot because I took up running too. I actually got a couple marathons done.
No way.
Yeah, I got 2 of them in.
That's hard.
But yeah, I've done a couple halves, but I wanted to do the LA Marathon, but dude, it's fucking raining. It's like raining constantly here now. Can't train. But I think the running, helps for sure. Just like jiu-jitsu, you get a good sweat going, man. That mellows a lot of things out. It makes your mind right.
That first puff of sweat that comes out of my body when I go into panic is the weirdest feeling my body ever experiences.
Yeah.
It's like I do what I got to do, and all of a sudden I'll sweat a little bit, but then there's that panic sweat where the panic comes out, and all of a sudden I got to pee.
Yeah.
I got to pee right away. Right away. I got to pee right fucking now.
Yeah.
It's such a fucking horrible feeling.
I always kind of, when I would talk about it, described it like it was like a little shot glass just filled with like crazy shit, like every fear and every anger and every, just everything that ever made you anxious. And it's just teetering right there on a wire. And you feel it, and then it tips over, and then it's just there. Kind of like it just overtakes everything. And, man, when I was, when I, worked here in the Valley before I ever started working, for a radio station here, there was a time where, you're just like, I had this little office and I'm surrounded by nothing but file cabinets and there's no windows. And, I can't tell you how many times I'm just in there and just like, you're ready to just scream. You don't know what to scream or to crawl under the table. It feels like a fire drill, that's real shit, man. It's weird.
I do that sometimes in the car if I get really frustrated.
Yeah,
like I've done that, like especially coming back from that job.
Yeah,
just scream if it helps sometimes.
Right. Yeah. But again, not since 2009, man. Shit hasn't happened. It happened like 3 to 7 times a day, And then,
wow.
yeah, it was like, you know, I'd always have to like excuse myself from rooms and things like that because you could feel it kind of coming on. But, yeah, man, I also had really bad asthma. So it was like, you know, I'm glad that life is a lot easier to deal with, you know, when you're not having to fucking deal with that. So I, you know,
No, a lot of people
I hope it helps out.
A lot of people listen to the show that when we discuss situations like this, a couple of days later, they send me emails and they're like, yeah, we're happy you talked about, you know, everybody goes through weird shit.
Oh, sure.
You know?
Yeah.
This has been going on with me for about 3.5 years now. These panic attacks at jiu-jitsu. I got a panic attack, a little tiny one at the Wiltern Theater. Little tiny one. I got a little tiny one at the goddamn Comedy Jam.
Were you performing at the Wiltern?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I can see that.
When I walked out on stage, I got a little fucking whatever. And you know what? I breathe out of my nose. That helps. Then I got the surgery, so I completely took those old Coke rocks out.
You ever do the meditation thing? You ever try that out?
I sit by myself every morning. I cross my legs.
Yeah.
You know, I get my spine straight.
Yeah.
I close my eyes and I breathe for about 7 to 10 minutes just out of my nose. Then I put a mouthpiece in and I breathe through. This is on my workout.
Yeah.
Because it bothers the fuck out of me. When something bothers the fuck out of me, I work on it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't try to really kick it to the side. So, Boss Rutan, he has a mouthpiece and he said that if you do a certain workout through the mouthpiece, it'll eliminate asthma because it makes you push.
Oh, really?
It's you clip your nose, you clip your nose, and you just breathe in and out, in and out. It just makes your
Lungs.
no
Diaphragm.
stronger.
Yeah.
You know, so I do a little workout in the morning. So that breathing has helped me a lot. I can't
that's
lie
cool.
to you. But you know where I get anxiety? You ready for this? The original room at the Comedy Store. Just
Really?
the original room.
Really?
The main room, I'm fucking Baryshnikov.
Yeah.
I come out jumping and slinging on the fucking little room. Every time I walk up those steps, I get to the top of the steps. I gotta take my jacket off and throw it on the chair. And so if I have enough time, I sit. Then the light comes on for the comic before me, and my heart starts racing. As he's bringing me up, I just keep breathing. I make sure I got water, breathing. As I'm walking up, I'm basically dying. And once I hit the stage, it just dumps. And then I do what I do. But those 6 minutes are a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. Man.
And it happens with the stars, without the stars, with marijuana, without marijuana. Like, I've experimented. Like, well, you know, I'm getting anxiety, absolutely, because I'm eating 18,000 milligrams of THC. You know, there's always somebody chasing you when you eat 1,800 milligrams of THC. You know what I'm saying? No, there's nights I won't eat for 3 or 4 days and go down there. Sure enough, the original room, Friday at 11:30. I woke up, my heart's beating out of my chest. I feel like I'm going to fucking faint.
Yeah.
You know, I'm walking minus 2 miles an hour and I'm gasping for air.
Yeah.
When you guys say anxiety attack, what do you mean? Because I don't know. I don't know if I've had an anxiety attack. I probably
Jews don't have anxiety attacks. No. They got too much
like
money.
sometimes things slow down a little bit. Like it'll seem like a little bit
Definitely doesn't slow down, or it didn't slow down for me. Again, like
sped up but slowed down at the same time.
Yeah, again, like I just had sort of symptoms of anxiety attacks. I don't think you know it was the sort of panic. You know, because I don't want to compare it to that because I don't know what other people feel when they feel that panic. You know, I just know that for me, a lot of things that he's talking about, the heart and the chest, but it was a racing mind. So it was like, it wasn't slowed down. It was just like you get all this information, and it could be information that you got 5 days ago that's just suddenly just pelting your head all at once, and you don't have a place to put it almost. And, you know, it feels like you're going to pass out, but there's no passing out. So that was one of the things too. But, you know, like I would just sort of like break down in tears a lot too, you know, just be sad, like, you know, something horrible happened. But then what's weird about it, I don't know if you remember this, but like in like real stressful situations, I could handle shit. Like, do you remember that car crash that happened right in front of Lampoon that time, where that chick, her eyeball like exploded and stuff?
Gosh.
I was like the first person there, and I'm all like, okay, you sit here. I took my shirt off, bandaged her head up, called the ambulance. The guys over at that newspaper stand, who are all comedians, are just like, hey, you can't do that. And I'm like, dude, you either help or don't, you know, kind of thing. And then I went around the corner after all of that happened, and they get her all bandaged up, get her ready to take her out, and I like puked and start crying and stuff like that. So then that's when the attack happened. But during it, it was fine. That's when everything slowed down and everything was like calm. But yeah, the panic attacks were it's just this, you can't. I would always kind of describe it as you've got like 6 wheels turning, and they're all kind of turning at a different speed, and they're all different sizes, and I've got to slow them down and get them in sync somehow, and I can't do it, and that's, that was sort of the beginning of it, and then that's what you were always trying to do, or that's what I was always trying to do.
I don't think I get full-blown anxiety attacks. I get panic attacks when I'm on the bottom in jiu-jitsu and I can't breathe. That's when I start to panic. I start to breathe through it. Like over the years, I've learned how to breathe through it on some things. Sometimes I just tap and I have to get up and just breathe. And then I get right back on the bottom and we start all over again. I'm not going to lie to you. You drink a soda and you eat an edible and you got on a plane and you mix caffeine with that edible. I've been to the point sometimes on that plane where I've said to myself, I could see me freaking out.
Yeah.
At any minute, just get up and start yelling, Fidel lives, Like, that's the point. But it's edible pushed. It's not my own mental.
Yeah.
Like, when I get that state, you're not going to hear a fucking peep out of me. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm going to yell out, trauma. No. I'm just, I'm scared of passing out. I'm a pass-out artist.
Yeah.
When I see blood, I pass out needles.
I remember that. Yeah.
I'm one of those fucking mooks.
Did you ever pass out in front of him? Did he pass out in front of you?
No. I just remember him telling me that, and I was shocked by that.
I think that one night I went to.
It was a UFC. It was
there you go.
Dude got
Joe Daddy Stevenson.
Yeah.
From BJ Penn.
Right.
I'm in my house. No blow. No nothing. I'm sitting on the couch minding my own business. And BJ Penn opens up Big Daddy's fucking head. And there's blood everywhere. And I'm dealing with it. I'm looking away. I'm petting the cat. But all of a sudden, they show like a towel.
Yeah.
And that was it.
It was over, man.
I woke up at 4 in the morning. My shirt was drenched. My sleep apnea was in full effect.
He was feeling it too. Like the next day, he's just like, I can't believe this is blood. Or not the next day, but like that Tuesday, I think it was.
No, you fucks with me for a couple days. The time with Ralphie May, when I passed out on Ralphie May at the UFC, that was completely crazy.
Yeah.
I was watching the fight, sure, when he went into his corner. Same thing. I saw him wiping blood off his neck.
Yeah.
Bam, I went down. Thank God there was a doctor next to Ralphie May. But I'm one of those fucking jerk-offs. So I'll go down. Yeah. I know how to breathe now a little better. I've been really good with the blood, whatever lately.
Yeah.
I take blood out. I look the other way. I put an iPod on.
Yeah, I've never looked at that shit.
I know there's people who could shoot themselves and pull the pump. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I have a friend that's diabetic. He doesn't even like lift his shirt up anymore. It's just like through the shirt. Now just like with the insulin. Yeah, it's just quick. It always gets me too. I'm like, I have to look away when he does it.
I would love to do a little taste of heroin with a needle one day.
What?
And put on like Led Zeppelin 2 and take my chances. But I'm not talking about the shit they're doing in Columbus and all those Dayton. I'm talking about what they're doing. Do a minor scoop of it, just like a little. So I'm high for 2 hours. I puke a little bit. That type of shit.
I don't know if you can place orders like that, Joey.
Yeah, you can.
Really?
If I could find somebody like a good nurse to come over here and shoot me with a little bit of H, and give you a little shot in the ass too.
I swear to God, Joey, if you bring a nurse over here, I'm driving back to Boston. I won't even go to pick up Paula.
No, you won't.
Oh my God!
You would love
fucking
get a B12 shot, and I think you'll be fine.
Listen to me. In about a month, we're gonna get a nurse to come in one day and shoot us with the finest Chinese heroin that ever fucking was made. You understand me?
That didn't take long at all to go from like, I don't mess with any of that shit to
but this is the final frontier. I'm 54 years old.
I'm 28.
That's right. This is just a little taste. This is not a shot. This is not a hot shot. This is not a $10 bag. This is something that
We're gonna find a nurse that's willing to do this.
Dog, for $20, I could find a lot of people who do anything. For $25,
I think you're just gonna find like
I want to get like a good
heroin
nurse.
addict who give her a nurse
I'll
uniform.
get a good nurse to come in with intravenous, the whole thing.
Intravenous for what?
Sure, give us a little fucking Pop-Tart in one arm and a little H in the other one. Look at Kevin Couch. He's getting uncomfortable.
He's not selling me on it.
Who's that?
No, I'm just kidding.
No. Or we'll get a Chinese dude to come and bring us opium.
Sure.
And then we'll bend. You know you do opium, right? You lay back and you smoke and you hallucinate, and they turn the lights off and they tell Chinese stories and shit. What would you rather
Sounds like
do?
a fascinating podcast.
What would you rather do? What would you rather do? We'll get the nurse in here. Listen, Lee. 2 years ago, you were gonna get
Go for the opium, Lee.
I think I have to draw the line at the opioids.
No, I've seen Peaky Blinders. It looks fun.
Lee, it's fun. One time ain't gonna kill nobody. Don't believe nobody. All these amateurs talking shit. They don't know nothing. Listen, until you do a little bit of China White, you don't see the real devil. All we're doing is seeing his messengers.
The messengers are all I can handle at this point.
Lately, all this shit you've been seeing for the last 4 years, these are just his messengers.
Jesus Christ, Joey.
This ain't the original, the Master of Disaster, the Prince of Darkness.
I just love the conversation where you somehow trick. It's like how they tricked those poor women into assassinating Kim Jong Un's brother in the airport. You're gonna trick this poor nurse. Here, we're doing B12. I got my own B12.
Oh my God.
You're like the B12.
I know that they're on Groupon right now.
You can't get a nurse from Groupon.
Dog, if they're on Groupon, I could talk them into anything.
There's a lot of shit you can get on Groupon.
If they're on Groupon, I could talk them into anything. On Groupon, you get a vitamin D shot and an adrenaline thing, a vitamin B, whatever.
Yeah.
For like $28. I don't know what it is. I just saw it the other night. I went on there for my wife to get her a new yoga thing. And I got really stoned. I said, let me look at yoga things. And I didn't know you could narrow them down. And I narrowed them down. I found a yoga studio but before I had to tolerate all this shit for like an hour.
Oh, right.
And I went and I saw fucking intravenous and D12. I also narrowed down the fucking kettlebell gyms in Studio City, cocksucker. You should be ashamed of yourself. There's 30 of them on Groupon.
No, there's not. There's whatever.
Go right now. Go right now to Groupon in front of us.
CrossFit.
Right now, it's the same difference. They do kettlebell class. Fucking what? Go to kettlebell classes in Studio City, and I guarantee you get 5 right off the fucking top. CrossFit. Anything to get you out of the house. It's $18, some of them. That is the best fucking deal.
Yeah, no, I like
What, the kettlebell workout?
No. Groupon.
Oh, yeah. No.
Groupon.
I give it,
guys.
I use it all the time.
Groupon is brilliant. It really is brilliant.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to buy the house. I just want to lease one of them.
Right.
You know?
There's I always find it funny. I can't remember which show it was, but there was a concert. It was like 2-for-1 tickets, and it was a good show. And
They had somebody on there now. The other day they had a Metallica. Somebody was on there the other day. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Oh, Prophets of Rage. It's Prophets of Rage. 2-for-1 tickets.
Really?
Yeah. Like when they played the I think it was Palladium, maybe.
No, I don't think it was Prophets of Rage. It was somebody bigger than Prophets of Rage, and I was in shock.
Oh no, this is the one I saw.
Oh, I just saw
haven't
this
been
the
on.
other day.
I haven't been.
They got great fucking deals on that.
Dude, it's great. Yeah.
That's where I got the fucking hypnotist lady from. It was Groupon.
You know, I tried to do that once, and it didn't take. Yeah, it didn't take. I tried it, but it was, in fairness, it was a guy who did hypnotherapy, but then was also like a hypnotherapy comedian kind of guy that, you know, made you act like a, you know, dipshit on stage, kind of one of those dudes.
Is that real?
I guess it's real. I mean,
I've seen it.
That guy in Boston.
Yeah,
we had a guy come into
What was
Lampoon one time, and he didn't get everybody, but he got some of them. He got like
Who did he
3
get?
of them.
And what did he make him do?
Just like euphoric feeling of orgasmic euphoric feeling, and then she went all like, you know, I'm not going to imitate her, but that was the only one I remember. But I remember other people were hypnotized. I don't remember all of it though.
I think I've done too many drugs.
It didn't take, or it did take.
The first time I did it with this lady that Dr. Bedici recommended, something happened. I got to be honest with you, something did fucking happen.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, I went out and I came back. I can't lie to you about that. did it take? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then she gave me some keywords to say whenever I would get panic attacks. I would just use the keywords, and I'm still here. I didn't jump out the window.
Yeah, well, that's good.
And then this lady here, I didn't go out, but I noticed something. I noticed that when I got there, I wasn't going 100 miles an hour. I walked in there like, and as soon as I sat down, I got more and more like her voice, and she took me to somewhere. I don't know if I passed out though.
Yeah.
What about massages? Because I had my first massage on Friday or Saturday. We spoke about it on Monday, but afterwards, I felt like more relaxed than I've ever felt in my life. Would you guys do that for panic or anything to help you guys?
I never did. No.
No.
It was recommended, but we don't have a lot of massage parlors, and I don't know. I don't know.
I don't want somebody touching me when I'm having a panic attack anyway.
Yeah.
I'm laying down. I'm looking at the fucking floor. The other day I go to the chiropractor. And I laid down and I got a panic attack.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't breathe. The way the thing was at that time had me all fucked up. So she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, not really. I got up, I looked around, I breathed a little bit, and I was fucking fine.
Fuck.
It happens, man. It's how you handle those things. That's all it is. I've learned. When I first experienced them, I was a kid. And I think I would cry and shit. Mm-hmm. But they didn't give me dick. My mom would give me like blackberry brandy.
Right.
Just say, go take that.
And there's a difference too between doing, just being nervous about something too. That's not necessarily a panic attack either. Even if it's being really, really nervous. Like, coming in here, I was a little more nervous than I am going to work because it's a different environment, and you have different listeners. And
are you on air on KRS?
Nah, not really. It's like I'm like in the background. I'm not union, so I'm not on a microphone. So I make little quips and shit from time to time, but mostly just a producer and button pusher and things like that. Yeah, but not too much. But what was I saying? What are we talking about?
Who the fuck knows?
Nah, I don't fucking know.
I have no fucking idea.
That's a good point.
It's funny,
probably.
Lisa, it's funny that you're 28. How old are you now, Kev?
I'm 42.
You're looking good, bro.
Thanks, man.
Looking handsome. I thought you were 36.
No, thanks. I was 36 when...
we met? No.
No.
Yeah,
I was I was younger than that. You're right. I was like 33.
It's funny, Lee, like right now, how old is Johnny Rock, Lee?
I think he's about my age.
He was
a
at the
year
store
older.
the other night with Rizzo.
Okay.
You've known Johnny Rock now for 4 years.
Right.
Since we shot the CD in Irvine that time in Brea.
Right, yeah.
In 15 years, you're going to bump into Johnny at the Comedy Store, at Sony, and you're going to be so fucking happy. Whether you talk to him or not, you're going to look at somebody who survived the fucking Holocaust out here.
Well, it's weird, just to say I have known Johnny for probably about 5 years. That's weird. Like, I think when you get out here, you just kind of put your head down, and it blows my mind that I've known him for 5 years. I've known you for 6 or something like that. Steve Simone for 5, something like it's when you really sit down and think about how long you've known people. And this just goes for anybody. I talked to today. This guy texted me for my first job ever in LA. He just bought a house. He's really excited, and it's just weird. Like when you come out of college, you just kind of put your head down, and when you kind of bring it up for a second.
That's why I tell you, motherfuckers, dog. It moves fast.
Oh, it does, man.
It really
moves fast.
Fuck.
If you watched last week was my birthday. One of my buddies put 37 years. I went and left the house. I'm like,
man,
how do you know somebody for 37 fucking years?
Because I'm doing the math now. Has it been 11? We've known each other for 11?
Like
11 years, man.
We knew each other for how long? When did you get out here?
I got out here in 2000.
I was here already. I was waiting.
Yeah. So,
and I met you years later. I think I met you in 2005, maybe.
2006, 2005, 2006. Yeah.
What the fuck was I promoting?
Oh, I don't know.
That I had to go.
Oh, no. I do know. Oh shit, dude. It was you were on tour with a bunch of Latin comics.
Payaso Comedy Slam?
Was it Payaso? I don't think it was that. I think that came after.
No, that came after, I think.
But yeah, it was you and Man, I'm just gonna throw. Yeah, everybody's scrambling in my brain right now because I want to say Joey Medina, but I don't think Joey Medina was.
No.
Yeah, I don't.
I wonder what the fuck it was. Anyway, I'm just happy to see you, Kevin.
Yeah, man, I'm glad.
I'm happy you're in the fucking neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's good.
Yeah, running into my buddy ran into you at 7-Eleven too. He said.
Yeah, somebody came up. It's weird, man. I run into a lot. Just now, I went over to the weed store and I bumped into Kevin's buddy.
Yeah.
So I got Kevin's number. Kevin from the guy that built the studio.
Oh yeah.
So I got his number. You know, this is a small community. You know,
Yeah.
You know, this is small over here. This is just like I like it.
Yeah.
I don't want to live anywhere else in California. I love these 5 or 6 little blocks here.
Yeah.
I love it.
Are you in this block around here? I mean, I don't want to give away your address.
Yeah, I'm close to Laurel Canyon.
Okay.
But I'm in that little nice white nest in there.
Yeah.
It's just a white nest of nice people.
I mean, I lived in Silver Lake for so long. Like, I lived in Silver Lake from like 2000 until 2009 or something like that. And then everybody always bad talks the Valley, but I'm not from here, so I don't really have a frame of reference. But then I get to the Valley, and I'm like, this is like quiet, and my car's not getting stolen. I love it, man. I'm down. I'm down for Sherman Oaks.
Let me tell you how white my neighborhood is. This morning, the baby's talking to my wife about something. You know, I was already stoned. I ate breakfast. I wrote. I did a video. I tweeted. I look at them and I go, you know what? I'm going to go out and start the car. My wife drives her, but I take the ride. We take my wife's car. I go out there and start my wife's car. I don't want to listen to fucking music. It's beautiful out this morning.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing like a nice dose of vitamin D at fucking 8 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? When that sun's fresh.
Yeah.
The air is fresh. I went out there, just sat on the
Every
car.
morning I get out here. I've run by this place before. Like, I get out and run on the weekends at like 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, because that's when I'm up anyway. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know, I was out there just getting air, man.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck how long they took. I was stoned. The sun was beating on my face. Just that situation with that warmth.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of that fucking warmth. Even when I lived in Jersey and it was cold, just that sun, you know. First person who walks by me is a guy with a dog. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Beautiful dog. Thank you. Black chick walked by me with a fucking chihuahua. Good morning. I said good morning to her. She looked me straight in the face and said, good morning. Nice day today. Thank God it's not raining. Some stupid shit. Have a great day. Some fucking white dude, old, like 90.
Uh-oh.
About 10 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe like 4 minutes later, he walks by. He just waves. Okay. Because there's a park by my house. So they go to the park and walk around the park.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I look at this. I look down the corner and there's this woman. She's got to be maybe 44. I know she's married. She's got expensive clothes on. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got the hoodie and the whole fucking deal.
Right.
And she's walking towards me. She spots me and she crosses the street. So I just want to see what the situation is.
Yeah.
So as she gets by my house, I go, good morning. Guys, not even a fucking friendly fuck you.
Yeah.
And right after her, another chick that thought she was fucking Kim Kardashian comes walking. She's on my side of the street. She's 10 yards from me. She crosses the street like I'm going to tackle her and lure her into my fucking garage or some shit.
Right.
Nothing bothers me more than that. And I go, good morning. That fucking hag didn't say nothing.
And you know what the weird thing is you'll be at like a house party or something in the area. They'll find out what you do, and then they'll want to talk to you. Because they just don't want to talk to you because, I don't know, maybe because you're a big guy. I don't know.
I don't want to talk to them.
I know you won't now.
Who the fuck wants to talk to them? I wouldn't want to go to those parties with those type of people. Last time I got talked into going to an Oscar party. And I talked to my wife. I go, well, honey, we got to do something from time to time. Somebody invited us. We got to go like fucking civilians. We were there 5 minutes. My wife looked at me. She's like, we got to go. And it was a casting director, but I had never seen anything like this. It was those type of people that would walk by me and cross the street. Or he's a scary guy from New Jersey. I'm like, God, I hate New Jersey people.
Right.
You know, so I don't even give them the fucking satisfaction. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. Lisa, I'm scared to ask.
Yes, sir.
What is on the agenda for the weekend?
This weekend? Well, I'm going to go to the casino tomorrow, I think.
All right.
Either tomorrow or Friday. I've been playing. Paula got me this like full set, like actual legit set. So I've just been playing at home nonstop. And then I don't know. We don't have any.
No pugs, nothing.
We don't have any pug related plans this weekend.
No crepe classes. You never made another crepe. You know that?
I know. And I got her a crepe maker.
And she's never made another crepe maker either.
No.
Who the fuck's gonna eat crepes?
I would love crepes.
Fuck out of here. That's it. That's all you're doing this week.
Yeah, I don't think we have any full on legit plans. We'll do something.
How about you, there, my brother from a different mother? What do you?
Dude, this is my weekend of responsibility to get the taxes done and shit.
Oh yeah,
yeah, doing all that.
I thought you were picking up the black kid.
No,
you were like in the Big Brother program.
No.
You're picking up a little cute little black kid, taking him to fucking.
We're gonna
go
play some frisbee in the park. Go pet some dogs.
We gotta join the Big Brother
park.
program. That's not a bad idea.
I've been in Big Brother. I've done Big Brothers before. My brother, my real brother, has actually been in Big Brothers for a long time. Man, I did it for a while.
He's still in there?
I don't think he does it anymore. I think he moved, or no, I think his little brother got big, so he doesn't.
So Lee's gonna ask you, what's your Twitter handle?
Oh yeah, so my Twitter handle. Let me because there was a story that went with this. So I went from Lampoon, where I'm interviewing Joey Diaz all the time, and talking about very adult things, to doing sports, which involved a lot of high school games. I'm around a high school kid, so I pretty much douched everything out. I would love to get this started again. It's at Kevin Couch, but the Kevin is with the C and the K is spelling couch. So it's Kevin, Cevin, Couch, Kouch.
Okay. And is that how you spell your name, or is that just how you're gonna spell
That's how I had to spell it on Twitter.
Okay, gotcha.
It's Kevin Couch the traditional way.
All right.
Yes.
But just in the Twitter, reverse it. Gotcha.
Yeah, you just gotta reverse that a little bit. I don't really use Twitter that much, though, to be honest with you. Don't you find, like, social media... I know you guys are getting out of here, but like I don't like getting on Facebook and shit anymore. I don't care about people's opinions like right now. I'm like, I've never read so many books in such a short time in my life as right now, because I don't like watching TV.
Facebook has gotten very weird after the election.
Yeah.
Twitter's still okay. I have a good time on Twitter.
Yeah.
I still see some pussy pictures and shit like that on Twitter from time to time.
Oh,
still legit.
that's beneficial.
That girl's on Twitter. The one that called into the podcast that licked guys' assholes and shit. She's naked on Twitter.
Huh.
It's tremendous.
Well, isn't she I don't know what the proper word for it is. Isn't she a prostitute?
Oh, the word is not a prostitute. She works at the chicken farm. Prostitute is a very avant-garde
service provider or something.
Yeah,
service provider.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
But she put
apologize.
the
It's just not
pictures
fair.
up. I mean, fucking tits out, tattoo over the pussy, and there's somebody else on my Twitter feed. Some other crazy chick.
Look, it just appears.
I know Taylor Vixen's back, but she hasn't shown the titties. It's the other one. There's another crazy one. The Cuban girl dropped out, the lesbian that would always put pictures of a pussy and shit. I think Twitter finally called her direct and said, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. Because I've heard from different porn people, like there's a girl I spoke to one night that said, Twitter, if she would put a picture of herself with a tit up, within 10 minutes the picture would be down.
Oh, really?
But her best friends show pussy, dicks and assholes, the whole fucking thing on Twitter. They don't give a fuck. Twitter was not for Christians, you know what I'm saying? If you're not on Twitter, it's because you don't eat ass. You follow me? Lee Syatt has been eating Blue Apron for about 4 or 5 months now. He's got his dad doing it. You know what? I got a couple other friends that have done it. People who are on the go. People who want to eat healthy. People who want to learn how to cook. People who want to save money. You know, people who don't want a lot of
Save
food
time.
lingering around. Save time. That's what Blue Apron is about. Blue Apron's mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone. You understand me? You got dishes that would kill you. I mean, they're delicious how good they are. Lee brought over that chicken with the thing that day. You brought over a little piece to the house. It was fucking tremendous. I can't believe this. Now listen, not all ingredients are created equal. Fresh, high-quality ingredients make a real difference, so it's important to know where your food comes from. All right? Lee loves it. He loves the meals. Him and his wife get together, and they turn it into date night. And between you and I, Lee is learning how to cook. I'm watching him call me up at night and go, you know what?
No.
I'm learning how to do this. I'm learning how to do that. I mean, you're not going to be a fucking chef, but at least you're learning how to cook.
I cooked on Valentine's Day. I didn't have a Blue Apron meal, but I would have never done that. And I cooked. I found a recipe online, and I took the skills that I'd done. I'd done some of these things in Blue Apron, and it's It's great. We just got
Fuck that. If you loved her, it would be Blue Apron.
That's right, dog. For less than $10 per meal, Blue Apron delivers seasonal recipes along with pre-portioned ingredients to make delicious home-cooked meals. Choose from a variety of new recipes each week, or let Blue Apron's culinary team surprise you. Recipes are not repeated within a year, so you'll never get bored. Customize your recipes each week based on your preference. Blue Apron has several delivery options so you can choose what fits your needs. And there's no weekly commitment, so you don't only get deliveries when you want them. Each meal comes with a step-by-step, easy-to-follow recipe card. Pre-portioned ingredients that can be prepared in 40 minutes or less. You get home at 6, by 6:45, you're sitting there like a soldier. Blue Apron's freshness is guaranteed, and they promise that every ingredient in your delivery arrives ready to cook, or they'll make it right. All right. This week's menu. Let me turn you on to this week's menu. Let's say you get the 2-people menu. You got smoky pork burgers and blackened chicken and rice. Let's say you get the family thing. You got Sicilian style bucatini, and you got cod and tomato stew. Who's better than you? Do me a favor. Go to blueapron.com right now /Joey. All right, this is what we're going to do for you. You're going to love how it feels and tastes and create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So do not wait. You understand me? What we're going to do is go to blueapron.com right now /Joey. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free, okay? With free shipping by going to blueapron.com /Joey. You'll love how it feels and tastes, and to create incredible home-cooked meals. That's blueapron.com /Joey. Blue Apron, a better way to cook, all right? I love this stuff. I think you're going to love it too. Now, after you eat, you want to catch a little siesta, okay? Everybody wants to take a little nap, you know. And that's where Uncle Joey comes in again. Because nobody sleeps right. But with a Helix Sleep mattress, you're going to sleep like a doctor every night. You know why? Because you're unique. You don't walk like everyone. You don't talk like everyone. You don't sleep like everyone. So why is your mattress one size fits all? You might as well go to North Hollywood, get a mattress, and go home and die. Because custom mattresses will cost you $5,000 to $10,000 until today. Until Uncle Joey introduces you to Helix Sleep, where you can buy a mattress online customized for you for hundreds of dollars instead of thousands. Who's better than you? Go to helixsleep.com, answer a few simple questions based on 4 key preferences, and the result will be a custom sleep profile used to build you the most comfortable mattress you'll ever sleep on. Your mattress will arrive at your door in about a week, and shipping is 100% free. And for couples, Helix customizes each side of the mattress. Helix customers report a 30% improvement in overall sleep quality. You got 100 nights to try it out. If you don't like it, they'll pick it up for free and give you a 100% refund. That's why everyone from GQ Magazine to Forbes are all talking about Helix Sleep. Do me a favor, all right? Everybody wants to be comfortable. Go to helixsleep.com right now /Joey and get $50 off your order. That's right. That's helixsleep.com /Joey. $50 off your order. helixsleep.com /Joey. I also want to listen. This Shroom Tech Sport is tremendous. If you just go to Onnit and get the Shroom Tech Sport and the hemp protein, you're going to love me for the rest of your life. Go to Onnit.com right now and press in.
Church.
Bam! CHURCH and get 10% off your first order delivered to your house. I want to thank Onnit. I want to thank Helix Sleep. And I want to thank my people, Blue Apron, feeding people for $10 or less, all right? I'll see you guys Monday morning. Stay black. I love you guys. I want to thank my main man, Kevin Couch.
Thank you, Joey.
My bodyguard and trusted Goomba, Lee Syatt, the Flying Jew, the Pride of Israel. And I'm your host, Joey Diaz. See you this weekend at motherfucking House of Comedy in Minneapolis. Stay black.